I consider my brand new tent my loot. I'm happy with it.
Oh, nice! You rolled a 21. I guess you can sleep in there for the night.
Yeah. I mean, most of the acid spilled out by this point. It's just
close out the.
Just tingly.
It's just nice and warm and fleshy.
Be right back.
Same. I got it. Tinkle.
Okay, guys, I am back. I'll get back in Discord in just a few moments. But we are back. We are going to do a summary now, so we're just going to have a little bit of fun discussing the rules. Hey!
Okay, just making sure.
Yep. No, you're still here. Giovanni's still here, I think. Mama Kitty's probably using the litter box.
Yeah, that's where I went.
Yep, same. Same. Everybody had to use the litter box. Okay. So, what was your thoughts?
I just looked up that beast, the Boulette, to see like what possible loot could come from it. And I realized it had a leap attack, deadly leap.
Now, what makes you think it was a Bruce attack? A Bruce animal?
Boulette, as somebody had said that in the beginning. And then they had to re-explain it to me as land shark.
That's not a land shark, though.
Okay.
But yes, look, yeah. Yeah, that's not a land shark. It's literally a giant lizard. The actual creature is called a giant lizard. I just boosted its attacks and health.
Right. I liked it.
Yeah, you did? You liked it? You enjoyed it? Had some fun?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe Lucian got that final shot. I had to look to make sure, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lucian got it, though. He did.
It's impressive. I mean, if that doesn't inspire some respect out of the Lancaster chick.
I don't know what would.
Right. And not knowing what this giant lizard's health was, and you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, yeah. I get it.
Watching him climb up there, her considering yanking his ass down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep. You'll probably find some scales. If one of you guys does a pretty good job at looting, you might find something special.
So I rolled a survival to know if I'd even know if anything was worthy.
We usually have you roll investigation, actually. But yeah.
When would you roll survival
Same idea.
then?
What?
When would you roll survival then? Or is it
Survival.
nature?
So, survival itself is when you are tracking something or looking for a certain animal via tracking the blood or looking for scratch marks. Or, if you have the Wanderer feat, I have you guys roll survival to see if you can find food and water.
Okay. That makes sense.
Stuff like that. Nature is...
A lot of this stuff is so closely related in my mind. Like, how I look at it, I'm like, well, that could be nature, this, or this. You know, like...
Yeah. So, nature is your knowledge on a certain tree, a certain plant, a certain animal, stuff like that.
So, nature's what would let me know if this thing was worth anything, and then investigation would let me find it.
Food!
Yes. Yep. Yeah, I hear food. But yes, yeah, that's kind of the thing. And then investigation. So yes, nature would let you know if there's anything worth getting off the lizard. Investigation will determine whether or not you find it. And then sometimes I have you guys roll a 1d20 just out of just a 1d20 in general to see how much you get out of it for something, depending. But a lot of times I just use your investigation roll on that. Let's see. What's any... Let's see. And then, yeah, the difference between dexterity save and acrobatics. Acrobatics is you actually trying to do something acrobatically. Whereas a dexterity save is you're reacting to something coming at you, attacking you. You're reacting to a trap you're trying to dodge. What else? I'm borrowing Aaron's little character sheet to go over this. Arcana, deception. I think insight is good for if you're trying to figure out if someone's deceiving you or not. Intimidation, performance, persuasion, religion. I think everything else is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions?
Just a few that get confusing, I guess.
Yeah.
As for now.
I mean, as you play, you'll start figuring out what I'll ask for. And that's the other thing. Some DMs have different preferences for what they want. So I prefer investigation when you're looting. Someone might prefer you just to roll
nothing. It's
nothing,
loot.
yeah.
You can just grab it.
Exactly. I prefer you actually getting your hands dirty, looking through the monster, basically, is what the investigation does. It acts like it. But, I mean, others might have you loot nothing. Others might have you roll a 1d20 to see how much gold you got out of it and called it good that way and never give you items.
Right.
I had another DM who was, I personally, as a player, I had a DM who literally after each session just went in to your inventory sheets and wrote down everything you got at the end of the day for the loot. He didn't let you loot while you were there, regardless of how many encounters you had or anything else. He just waited until the end of the session, and then next week we got our character sheets back and we saw what we got. So yeah, it's very DM preferenced on it.
You know what I just realized? I'm not dagger proficient. Or does that count for simple weapons?
Simple weapons, yep. A dagger is considered a simple weapon, as far as I'm aware.
So I deleted my bow in the beginning. But
I did.
Yeah, I noticed that mine has a sling. Can I take a sling?
If you went and bought a sling, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so daggers are considered simple weapons. I was right. Okay.
I just didn't want a giant bow on me. Or, even though it's a short bow, it's still going to be huge and cumbersome.
Pretty big, yeah. Yeah, you could go buy a sling and use that instead. I wouldn't have any problems with that. I mean, it would make more sense as a hobby anyways. That's interesting. Oh, and you're proficient in hand crossbows. Okay.
Yeah, I noticed that. That could be handy.
Interesting. Yeah. All right.
That I think I would keep, because it's like you can preload it and launch it, you know?
Yep. And because you have it as a readied weapon, easy to grab and just trigger it, you could use it as a reaction if you wanted to. If it was already loaded.
I would take a crossbow over a short bow. And I think the reason for me is because I can load it. Prime it, so to speak, so I could set it up to a door. When they open the door, it shoots. You can't do that with a bow.
Nope. You're right, you cannot do that with a bow. Okay. The strange nave. Alright, so all of that was taken out of everybody's inventory. This can go into... I should add a folder for monsters. Monsters.
I've got to get my water skin back from Lucian. I'm in the desert with no water skin.
How do you not have a water skin?
I'm just joking because I said I passed it to him.
Oh, yeah, okay.
When he was licking his wounds.
RP, yes. You gotta ask for your water skin back. Oh, yes.
I threw it at Lucian, so...
Yeah. You think he'd hand it back when they let him out of the cage, but no.
No. What do you expect? He just forgot, that's all.
Meanwhile, we walk into the desert after.
So, Aaron, what is your opinion and everything on it today?
It went good. The encounter went really good. Sorry, I've got too many things going on at once.
All good.
But
glad you enjoyed it.
The encounter was fun.
Glad you enjoyed it.
What did you think about the encounter?
I had fun. I got my giant lizards in.
Oh, they were coming like it or not?
Well, they were gonna come at an 11 or a 12 roll for an encounter while in the desert, so eventually they would have come, yeah, while you were in the desert. But I didn't plan on it being the first session. I honestly expected it to be like next session or the session after. I didn't even have the tokens ready. That's what took me a bit. I had to quickly get the tokens going.
At least you collected them all previously. The imagery. Yeah, mine, you wouldn't believe it. She's been working at this at least 6 hours a day, I would imagine.
Oh no!
Yeah, about 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours a day.
Yeah, probably every day for a couple weeks.
It's not unusual for me to do stuff like that.
I'm impressed. There's a lot of things that bother me about the campaign. You know, like not being able to be a bird person. Because I want to play out my fantasy, right? But then that is made up for by, like, your hard work. I guess. To me.
Thank you. And who knows? You might wind up being a bird person sooner or later.
And my fantasies might change.
There's that too.
Might get a spell put on you. Hey, Brady. Welcome, bud. You made it just in time for the recap.
But yeah, the lizards were my babies here. I was like, yay, I get my lizards. I wasn't gonna kill you guys. I was not gonna kill you. I made sure you had like 1, 2, how many do you have? 1, 2 level 10s and 7 guards. Okay? I made sure you guys were okay.
What happened to me? How did I get beat up so bad? I literally had like stepped away, or my internet was bad or something. I come back and you're like, roll a dexterity, and I'm like, what? Keep a point.
I think it was just that monster's turn. It had come back around to that dude's turn.
Yep, it was the lizard's turn, and he actually, if you want me to be honest, he rolled a 16 for damage.
Yeah.
And I cut that in half.
Now, wouldn't that just put me down and unconscious like Giovanni?
Yep.
So, would a hand crossbow for a halfling, would that be like a halfling-sized hand crossbow then?
Yep. You
So
would have to ask one of the dwarves to make you, maybe.
Than a regular one, right? It's got to be scaled down. Like if it does a D6, maybe it does a D4.
No way.
Oh, well, yeah. Probably, maybe.
No, there's a crank. That's the whole thing with a crossbow. There's like a leverage crank thing.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a fair point, too.
It's a pulley system. We're good, man.
Right, but I'm saying you can only have... You know, a longbow's going to be more powerful than a short bow.
Oh, well, fair point. I was just thinking the force. Like, we could definitely overcome that.
Like, loading it, yeah, that should be no problem.
Well, if you're crafting your own, you could probably easily overcome it.
I mean, honestly, I was just going through some old books trying to get, like, re-inspired, but was noticing how they separate theirs from the one-handed. The hand crossbow and slings, both one-handed, simple ranged. And then there's the military range, which would be like two-handed longbow, short bow, superior ranged shurikens, one-handed, improved ranged weapons.
Well, let me look it
up. But again, these are
crossbow. I apparently can't spell crossbow.
I'm gonna say 3.5.
But yeah, if I can switch it out instead of deleting, I'd definitely like to add that. If not, I can just pick it up later.
I would have you pick it up later for RP purposes.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, there's a difference between a hand crossbow, which is a one-handed weapon, and then a regular crossbow.
Right.
Like a light crossbow and a heavy crossbow, and then you have a hand crossbow.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of more so curious as to, like, just myself for the future, because I'm sure we'll come across various blacksmiths, weapons dealers, towns, anything like that.
Yep.
That'll be
And
open for trade.
oh yeah, and there's also the possibility of crafting your own weapons and gear as well. I allow for that. It's in my homebrew game rules. It's actually the first thing you see. It's called Trade Skills section in development.
Yeah, except I think I'm. Oh wait, did you add that?
Did I add what?
Tailoring. Yep, I was going for tailoring.
So to recap, I might have missed this part and I talked about it, but did we do like a brief sweep, collect all of our broken / potentially lost things, etc.?
No.
So we're just
not
gonna
yet.
start back
We're
next
gonna
week in the belly of the beast, waking up
Yeah.
fresh.
You're gonna start next week, not next week, the week after.
Yeah. Next session. I mean.
Yeah, next session you're just gonna start exactly where you left off. You want to go loot something, we'll have you loot something. If you want to go pick up your items, go pick up your items. I mean, Lancaster has to go grab her stupid axe. If she even wants it back. She's thoroughly impressed with Lucen as it is. What is Soray doing?
I don't know.
That's the
He wasn't
question.
streaming. And he normally does. It's like a huge recap thing.
Yeah, he does normally. Soray. That's why I was like, what is he doing? Soray.
They do put saddles on giant lizards.
Mm-hmm.
Can be ridden or used as draft animals. Lizard folk also use them as pets.
Mm-hmm. They're so cute.
Okay, and subterranean, giant lizards are used as mounts and pack animals by drow and durgar. What's a drow and a durgar?
A drow is a dark elf,
Okay.
and a
It's a dwarf.
is a dwarf. Yep.
Okay. Thanks.
I was like, wait, isn't that the dwarf? I know the drow was the dark elf, but I'm like, the other one I think is an elf. But is a dwarf actually? Ah, here we go. He I didn't think we allow him to ride the water skin. Thought we were just kidding. Hide. Oh. Yeah, they are. They are, Solray. Why aren't you streaming? How are we supposed to watch you stream? Yeah. But yeah. Oh, you have you had a question you posed to me in the middle of the session. Scrolly. I read it, but I didn't read it. I half ignored it. What was it? Scrolly. Here we go. Healing Word says a bonus action is a bonus action casting. The official raw rule is that if you cast a bonus action spell on your turn, you can only cast a cantrip on your regular action. We don't really follow that rule, as you can see. If you can do that bonus action, if you can do that thing as an action and you haven't used your action, you can still do it.
So she can cast multiple spells per turn and fire her arrow?
She's only allowed one bonus action and one action. So she can do 2 bonus actions or a bonus action and an action.
Okay.
So if a spell requires a bonus action and she decides to use that spell twice, then her turn's done, unless, of course, she wants to move. But otherwise, she can cast the spell that requires a bonus action and attack, or she could just attack and not use her.
So that thing I sent you, it says that the healing word is a bonus action.
Yep.
But she's allowed to cast a cantrip as well. So does that mean that she can attack with the bow, cast her bonus action as healing word, and then cast a cantrip?
No, because the cantrip would count as a regular action. You actually state it right here. So if she, she can either cast the cantrip or attack.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what it meant. I get it now.
Yeah, so technically she can cast up to 2 spells.
I mean, that's why I sent it. I was like, confused. Here you go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, so yeah, we do follow that rule to a certain extent. We just, explain it better, apparently, than the book. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's bonus action, interaction, and reactions. Those are the actions you have. And normally, depending on how long the interaction is, it can wind up being an action.
I was wondering that at one point. Angus asked me something. And it took him like 6 seconds to say it, and I'm like, is that his whole turn? Am I going to waste my turn answering him? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. But sometimes I allow you guys to use your reaction for the interaction as well, so that's basically what you got out of that, was your reaction was used for that turn instead, which was fine because, I mean, you weren't nowhere near the creature or anything.
No. But I guess
So
I should have
really
said,
matter.
while I'm jumping on them, I'm telling them there's monsters outside. You know, ready your weapons. But I didn't say that, I just said I jumped on them.
Yeah, words have power, so it's part of the reason it takes a bit of time to get used to. That's why I asked every time Starflower shot, where are you trying to aim? I mean, she could be aiming for the eye and hit the tongue because he opened his mouth in just that moment. Or, you know, or like what I had Lucian do. He was aiming for the ear hole. He hit the eye instead. So it worked out that way. So it's important for you to kind of describe what you're doing to me, not me just describing what's going on as well. Mostly so I can figure out what you're actually trying to do and judge based on that. A lot of times I just go by AC and what you roll, but sometimes, depending on how well you RP it and describe it, I can maybe adjust it a little bit and decide, oh, you didn't hit the ear hole that you were aiming for, but you hit the eye. Or you didn't hit the head exactly, you hit the tongue.
I love that Lucian's going to be like semi-revered for the final kill. There's a big lizard, shot in the eye. You know, he took his time, he climbed up there, he fell, he climbed back up. He takes aim, uses his inspiration, and shoots it dead in the eye. Literally.
You know, I pictured
missed.
slid down, and then the second time he's like, you know what? I've got all these claws on my hands and feet. Why ain't I using them to climb? And then there was nothing to get back up. That's how I think it is. That's why he was feeling on top of the world, I told myself about 10, 15 minutes later.
Maker.
Oh, yeah, I sent you that because, like I said, I'm scrolling back through. But that's
isn't
kind of what I
just a
picture
feat?
as like a monk, you know? Just the description, not even the whatever that is.
I think it's a feat of some sort.
These things, yeah, they're like epic tier rolls, essentially.
Yeah. Rune Maker, 21st level. Rune Priest. Oh, and your
Prerequisite. You see what I'm saying? Like, these are types of things that, you know, some of them are open to any classes. Some of them are open to
they're
specific
feats.
types of things.
That's assuming you guys get to level 25. 20 some odd.
That's what I'm saying. And it's more for the description. Like, that's kind of what I picture a monk.
Right, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I was describing, like, Avatar style, except not. Like,
So,
it's kind of what I mean.
Okay.
Are we going to get levels or enough XP for a level? Like, is this something that we should be looking at over the next 2 weeks?
Let me look. Character advancement.
Because I know we're over here at like level 0.
You're level 1. Relax.
Start off on level 1, homie.
I can touch.
You would actually probably get to level 3. Maybe level 3. Yeah, you might get to level 3.
So level 2 for sure?
Yeah, level 2 for sure. You might get to level 3. So, yeah, make sure you can level to level 3 just in case. So, make sure you get your subclasses ready to go and whatnot as well.
Okay.
You're not going to reach level 4, I can tell you that much.
So we should level ourselves to level 2, and we should be ready for a level 3 if you give it.
No, I think we should cover that on the next session if we're doing like looting and stuff during then. That'd be a perfect time to like explain the process, I think.
Yep.
Well, we got 2 weeks between. You can use that time for the gameplay.
I mean, we could take right now and assign those levels. I just wanted to even know.
Nope.
Unless somebody during those 2 weeks, you know, we take separate time off to the side, that'd be fine too.
Yeah. Well, so
Either
for
way.
starters, I can't have you guys level right now. First and foremost, I cannot have you guys level right now. I have to go back through this video and watch it so I can get an idea of what I want to give you guys your XP for. So, like, you're definitely going to get XP for the guys you killed or dealt with, the big lizards, the giant lizards. But you're also going to get XP for that whole shenanigans in the fort as well. So there's that. I have to divvy up and figure out how I'm going to what I'm going to give you guys based on what you did. And you guys may think you didn't do much, but you guys did a lot. And so I definitely have to go back through, watch the video. And I might, because I'm going back through the video, I might write up a summary myself and post it up if you would like.
You are the best.
But the catch is it probably won't happen until Saturday next week.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Which is why I can't have you guys level, because if it doesn't happen until Saturday next week, it's I won't be able to get you guys tell you how much exactly XP you'll get.
I mean, if you get it, it's just a ping and a list, you know?
Yep. Oh, yeah. But I have most of the beginning written up anyways. I just gotta state, oh, they did this, they did that, and whatnot. So, most of the beginning is already written up, because I literally just read from a script that I wrote for myself. I spent 3 hours writing that script and I still had a problem reading it, and I'm like, seriously?
Yeah, it's hard. It's super hard.
But it was rewarding. I loved your guys' reaction. It was awesome. And I had descriptive language, which is the hardest thing for me to do. So I was happy.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Go for it.
I was just gonna ask, like, moves wise, cantrips wise, spells, etc. Is
What
it
about
the
them?
same as other versions? Like, am I gonna need to look through somewhere and figure out what's the next discipline, or you know what I mean? Like, is there still things like dailies, encounters? Uh, like, I don't even know if y'all have played different editions, but that's the only type of D&D I've ever played. So as far as it
So
comes to leveling up the character and the move sets and distributing XP and all that, I'm gonna definitely need somebody to explain it like I'm 5, because
okay. So for starters, I do XP my own way.
hmm
I don't even base it off of any books. I will go into the compendium and my own book that I have and see, okay, the giant lizards, they suggest this is how much XP.
yeah.
But that's the suggestion. Whether or not I give you that much XP or give you double that XP will be up to my discretion on that. But I don't give XP just because you killed something. I give
Yeah, that's fine.
XP because you RP'd something.
That's fine. I'm just more
Or
curious about like how the move, what does the process look like? You know, less about like, hey, how much are we gonna get? More so, uh,
the process I go through.
right? No, the
Um.
process that I'll need to go through as far as like leveling up. Do I need to choose some new move sets? Like, what becomes
Oh.
available to the player in 5th edition? Because I have
Okay.
no
Okay.
idea.
So, if you're still in Roll20, you can go to you got the chat, you got your journal, you click the eye, you type in your class, which is monk, right?
Oh, okay.
And then you go to the class monk and you click that, and that will tell you everything you need to know about your leveling. So, like, the second level for monks, you still have a +2 to proficiency. Your martial key is still 1. Your martial arts is still a 1d4. You gain 2 key points. You get unarmored movement +10. And then if you kind of scroll down, it tells you what key is. And key is starting at second level, your training allows you to harness the mystic energy of ki. Your access to this energy is represented by a number of key points. The monk level determines the number of points, blah, blah, blah. And then it kind of tells you how to use it. You can use Flurry Billows, Patient Defense, Step of the Wind. And basically your key save is 8 plus your proficiency plus your wisdom, which is kind of like a spell, in my opinion on it. But Flurry of Bows is a bonus action strike, and it costs 1 key. Defense is a dodge action, and is a bonus action on your turn. Honestly, if it's going to be a dodge action, you could probably even use that as a reaction if you wanted to, but it costs 1 key point. And then Step of the Wind, you can spend a key point to take a disengage or dash as a bonus action. But dodge is like a normal action, so you can spend a key point and use it as a bonus action instead. And
yeah,
then
that's nice. It's like having kind of like 2
Like
moves.
an extra save throw or something.
yeah. And then immediately after your attack action on your turn, if you spend a key point, you can make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action, as a single bonus action. So there's that too, if you want to spend a single key point for Flurry of Blows. So, I mean, there's that. And then your key save is whether or not they save against your DC. Which I'd probably just base off of the stupid idiotic AC.
The cool thing
Sure.
is the subclasses, I think. That's where you really get to choose your path, I guess.
Yeah, and then level 3, yeah, you can choose your subclasses, which are usually all the way at the bottom. For Monk, you got Way of the Open Hand, Way of the Shadow, the Way of the 4 Elements, the way of the drunken master, the way of the Kensei, and the way of the soul, sun soul. But yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know if you'll reach level 3, but plan as if you are going to reach level 3, so that way it doesn't take forever to do level 3, in case we do hit it. Speaking of giant lizards.
And then
Why
your
do I have a
ability
giant
score
one?
changes at 4, 8, 12, 16, 19.
Or you can choose a feat.
Or you can choose a feat. Is that like a...
Yep.
Is that a homebrew thing?
No, it's standard actually. You can either up your ability scores by 2, or a total of 2 if you do the same one, or just 2 different ability scores by 1, as long as it doesn't pass 20 for the maximum. Or you can choose a feat. Now, choosing a feat, though, has a condition added to it. You would have to tell me the RP reason why you would wind up with this feat. So, when you're choosing a feat, choose wisely, because I will ask you, well, how did you learn this feat, considering your backstory and your interactions thus far in the sessions? Why would you gain that feat? Like, say Angus says, I gained the feat of toughness. Well, why did he gain it? He was in the thick of the battle, always getting hit. So he got it.
Mayan would have got it.
Yeah, so simple RP reasons. Doesn't have to be long and dragged out. It could just be as simple as, oh, I get hit a lot, so my skin got tough. And even sometimes if you're really, really good and you convince me, even though you might not meet the requirements of it, I might just give it to you if you can really RP it to me. So don't think that you're really constricted by the, unless of course it's a race thing, then you probably are restricted. But don't think that the ability scores could completely screw you over too. As long as you can give me the
a lot
really
of it
good
just comes
RP
out of
reason.
curiosity too, because I haven't really watched a whole lot of 5th edition being played. My cousin bugs me to play with them sometimes, but he never really gets the campaign like up and going. So he's like, "Yeah, 5th edition's the way to go. Let's go." And I'm like, "Okay, let's go whenever you'd like to." You know, get the campaign up and ready, set it up. But,
I don't know. I like 3.5. 5th edition is
turns
more...
out all these are 4th edition, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wanted to open it up because there was something that was popping out about we're talking about weapons or something, and I was like, oh yeah, there's a page. I should find that page. And looking across that page is where I seen that description that I sent you, and I was like, oh hey, that's what I had in mind while I was making mud. So I figured that would help better explain.
Oh, shoot.
The better you can explain it to you, the better you can picture it. So
Yeah.
that help you. But
Yeah.
like I said, feel free to not use. That's just kind of how I see it. How I seen it starting out.
Yeah. No, yeah, it kind of makes sense. I might even just kind of maybe add that. You might not get... Welcome back. We can barely hear you.
Maybe I needed to adjust where my mic was at.
Ah, there you go. That's better.
Yeah, the mic on my headset was pushed far away from me, so I'm like, oh, and that might need to be fixed.
Yeah. Welcome back. We are discussing some rules and going over summaries.
And
what did you think?
I'll be back.
Okay. You there, Giovanni?
Yes, I am. I'm writing something on my character sheet right now.
Okay. You wanna let me know when you're done.
Oh yeah, I'm done with it.
Okay, so what
Mental
what
note.
are your
Don't get
thoughts?
stepped on.
What were your thoughts?
Oh, what?
What were your thoughts of the session?
I liked it. When I was able to be active.
I felt so bad for you.
I did too. I did. I was like, oh my god.
I just pictured him sitting back, like eating a bowl of oatmeal or something. Like, yeah, I get to watch a good encounter and enjoy some oatmeal. But then again, I'll start thinking, like, dude, you could go and make oatmeal if you're hungry for oatmeal. So I had to stop thinking about it because I think that's all it was.
Oh jeez. Ah.
It's a good encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's with all this stats stuff? Humans -4?
Oh, it's mostly my reaction to people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense now. I'm like, humans -4? What the heck is this stuff? This is actually pretty cool. I like it.
It's like who I would prefer to work with. Dwarves are, you know.
Right?
Mostly because they're on the side of the humans.
Yeah, she's just laying in the.
Yeah, they are. That is for sure.
Other than that, most non-humans get, at least, I like to deal with them.
Right. Yeah, no, I was just curious. And then you also got law, chaos, good and evil. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah. Of course, being neutral, you would prefer to work with somebody who's good aligned.
Yeah.
Whereas evil, I would really prefer it if you were good.
Right? This is clever. I like it. Very clever. Very, very clever. I love it. It's so awesome.
It's just something I thought of when I was, just playing the game.
And dealing with the interactions you had to deal with.
You gotta kill him more often.
Right?
I figure I will be adjusting it periodically, but if I ever get to like -10, which is gonna pretty much be capped out, I'm just gonna hate that type of character or that type of
race
person.
or that type of person. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your alignment? You're neutral, aren't you? You cut out.
Yeah, I'm neutral. Very neutral.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought you were.
But of course, people can improve my disposition towards them.
Right. I mean, there's always
Like
plus to
monetarily improve it. Like, I could use some friends, man. Not many people like hobbits.
hobbies.
Hey,
They call us hobgoblins.
halflings?
Hobgoblins and hobbies.
I actually would rather work with the halflings and elves and dragonborn and tieflings.
Over the humans. Yep. That's part of your backstory, too.
And then there's the dwarf.
And then there's the dwarf.
He's a tiefling sympathizer. That's what he is.
You never know. He might be. Well, technically, he's a Navi sympathizer at the moment.
Yeah, those two need to get a room. It's getting creepy.
I thought he was like trying to sell her to the king or something.
No, she was his prisoner. So yeah, she was the prisoner. So that he was ordered to bring to Lancaster.
Yeah, but he didn't really treat me badly.
Like,
He actually treated
yeah.
me quite well.
Well, he's a good king.
I mean, I actually had
Maybe.
an opportunity to improve my disposition towards humans this campaign, or this adventure so far.
Yeah.
Too bad that one human botched his attempt to save your life. He's like, here, let me stop the blood.
Hey,
coming
now he
out
did
by
save it.
stabbing
He
you with
did
my
save it.
sword. I'll fill that hole with my sword.
That standard soldier saved his life. He did not have to do any more death saves.
Yeah, that was actually very nice.
Oh wait, I thought it was the healing potion from like 20 feet away.
Okay, so
Not a healing
There-
potion.
so there's a general rule. So for death saves and whatnot, I don't allow for people to go below health 0. They just go unconscious. And because of that, you have to roll your death saves. 3 fails, you die. 3 saves, you may not be conscious, but you're not going to die.
Mm-hmm.
But the condition with that, because I don't allow you guys to go minus, which would kill you guys instantly, you cannot heal the person to stabilize them. And normally you're allowed to heal them to stabilize them. I don't allow for that because of how I do your guys' death saves anyways. So somebody actually has to go over there, unless you roll your 3 saves, actually has to go over there, use medicine, and save you that way.
So have medicine on you.
It's a skill.
medicine skill. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it's the medicine skill. You're holding pressure and they finally stabilize or something like that. Now, once they're stabilized, you can heal them. They might not be conscious when you heal them, but you can heal them.
Okay,
and that's
cool.
why I had him run every time it was his turn, I had him do a constitution check to see if he woke up.
And I lived!
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I really
That's why
thought
you
you were
have
re-rolling.
Nope. Oh yeah, no. I wouldn't kill you guys the first
My
session.
medicine is
Would I?
That
a 1.
thing that I did to give him his health back, that was a spell. I have
Yeah.
spells.
So I'd basically, if I was in an emergency where somebody needed my medical expertise, the most I could probably be able to do is just freak out and be like, "Oh my God! Somebody call a medic! We need a medic! Hold on, man. I'll be here by your side. Just don't die."
Or worse, could we roll bad?
I mean, I've
Yes.
got a 1, dude.
Make it worse?
Yeah, that's what that one dude did. He went to go and help him, and he caused him to bleed or something. I thought I might have made that part up. I don't know.
No, Angus just rolled low. So he didn't make it worse, but he definitely did not make it better. If you rolled a nat 1 on medicine, you could make the guy worse rather than not do anything.
Wouldn't that add a botch or a failed save to his mark?
Yep. Yeah, it would.
I mean, yeah.
And
sure,
then the
increase
other thing
skill,
is, yeah.
But why would he? He's a monk. He's not worried about medicine. He's just worried about meditation.
Yep. But then the other side of it is if you're hit, it counts as 2 fails while you're unconscious rolling death saves.
Which will really suck.
Which, if you've already rolled 1 fail, you're screwed.
You're dead. Yeah, that's why 90% of the time you'll notice this a lot with me. Once you're knocked out, I let fate decide by having you roll your death saves, unless somebody else intervenes and
that
gives
ain't
you
good because
medicine.
that's just 1 in 50.
Yep.
That's literally a coin flip.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's 1 and 2.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
So-
but I roll you.
So everybody remember, raise your constitution score.
I think my constitution's perfect, man.
Mine's pretty low. I made myself weak.
I think I probably gained more constitution inside the belly of that beast than I gained doing 1,000,000 one-finger push-ups with old Grandpappy
You know,
Monk.
you might have.
I probably did.
I'll have to go watch the video again, but I think I might give you a little special talent.
Nice.
Yeah,
I was-
looking like Deadpool.
I was just straight up ripping off all the best parts of movies that I've ever seen, and I thought, like, man, I'd love to be in that part of the movie. That would describe how I feel right now. And
And you got one.
there you go. So bucket list check. Be Drax for a day check.
Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that little tidbit that you did. That was like, and then I had to figure out whether or not anybody saw you in it. Cause you'd be hitting that thing until
Well, I didn't want to cut
Night's
you
End.
off whenever you were doing the monster's roll, and he like broke the staff. But I was just like thinking, well, I'm probably dead. I'm like, I don't know. I'm probably just dead by this point. Thing snapped old Grandpappy in half. Snapped the old grandson in half.
Yeah, nope. You didn't. You weren't worse off than Giovanni at the time. Hmm.
I think I figured out what my character's looking for. Or since she left the when she left the forest, I think I know what she was looking for.
Okay, cool. And do you wish to share it? Or not?
Well,
That's your choice.
It's a two thing. It's because of the because of my background or whatever. I'm looking for two things. Technically, I'm looking for something that would give me the same feeling I had when I was dancing with the Fae. But I'd also be looking for my parents because I lost them. Remember?
Yep. You don't even know them.
Yeah, I don't remember what they look like.
Or their names or anything for that matter. I mean, your name could just be because of what the Dryad gave you. When you think about it.
It could be my last name could be from the Dryad.
Yep. There we go. I can't wait to see Mayan's 3D model of his character.
Oh, is he doing that?
Oh, that's what he said he was.
Nice.
But I needed the placeholder, so
Wait, what?
he gave me that picture. Mayan doing a 3D model of his character.
Yeah, that's a project I'd like to get to sooner
Yep.
rather than later.
But I got a placeholder, which is all that matters, and I can't wait to see what he comes up with.
Like if I was to close my eyes and try and picture myself as a little hobbit, I can't even see the face. Could just see the shape. I'm like, come here, little hobbit. How do you look? And I'm just like, every time I go in close, it runs further away. So I still got to build them up in my mind so I can like see more than just a little
Yeah.
I
shadowy.
picture like the little Avatar kid.
That's what I said.
That's
That's what I said.
what I'm thinking.
I was like,
That's what I'm
look,
thinking.
a monk, okay, magic stuff in there, okay.
Little.
Yeah, little tiny.
tiny.
I said, think not so much Avatar, like magical, doing stuff with the air, but think like, what if, since we're part of this mountain, because the backstory for him is it's just him and his granddad, both monks, but the granddad, I guess, the way that they help stay alive and not get killed by other humans or whatever. The dwarves inside the mountain, they kind of had like a little back and forth. But they weren't allies or anything. So then he died. And I took his ashes and I compressed it with my chi into a diamond, and then I put the diamond into his staff because he was old and he used to act like he needed the staff, but really it was just for show. So he
Why'd
could
you tell me that?
whop you with it. So then I took the staff, and then, yeah, that's what got broke in half. So I'm going to turn it to nunchucks. Spoiler.
Well, you gotta find the pieces first.
Yep.
Well,
You gotta find the pieces
that's
first.
what's cool. I just got to be like, Granddad! And he'll be like, hey, I'm over here, man. I'm over here.
You wish.
I'm telling you, our energies, like,
staff.
they bonded
If you
whenever I
did
turned him
that-
into a
If
diamond.
you did that, the only thing you'd be finding is the diamond, not the staff.
I turned him into Granddaddy Diamond. That's why I call him Grand Diamond Daddy.
It's a 3-section staff.
Nice. That'd be fun.
Yeah. That's the whole backstory. And now I'm just looking for a monk wife to help me learn how to make tea. But secretly, I'm not going to learn. I'm just going to be like, you make the best tea.
But didn't you
You
run
know
into
this.
some goblins as well?
And then, but really, it's because there's not many halflings. And so we got to, like, repopulate the
together.
halfling monk name. So that's my goal. That's my quest. So far, I've only found Bungo. He is a good cook, though. He stopped like mid-battle to cook everybody some food. So that's
Straight up. And it was in my pocket. You could even check.
That's like strength of character. Yeah, that's true. You did pocket that stuff whenever I've seen him. I've seen him pocket it whenever we were inside the. I'm like, dude, what is that guy doing?
So
Stuffing all that rotten food into.
actually, like a character flaw of mine, I store food away in my pockets as well as little trinkets.
Yep. It is.
Just be like walking by a table. There's like a half-eaten piece of bread. He's like, yeah, I can't let that go to waste. Person comes back like, what happened to my bread, man?
Right.
Later, I'm empty all my pockets out and making a sandwich.
With all the molded food.
Yep.
Yep. Some people don't like mold. Grown to acquire the taste. I like blue cheese too. Just throw
Yeah,
it out
blue
there.
cheese good. Blue cheese good.
Hey, I like blue cheese.
Yep. I'll take the moldy food.
Well, that's what I was telling y'all about that purple cheese a while back. It was some truffle cheese, man, and I'm telling you, it was purple because of the shrooms in it. And I always regretted not spending like $40 on that slice of cheese, even though that is too much for a slice of cheese. Okay, anybody out there who's spending that much on cheese, you're bougie. Okay, say it right to your
Right.
face in cursive because that's probably what you read.
I can't help it. If I got extra money, I'm like that.
Same. But that's why I gotta say it. Because I gotta look at myself and say, you don't need to be bougie, man. Don't be bougie. You could use that $40 on not cheese. I
There
probably,
you go.
at that point in time, I probably spent it on cat litter. I probably needed it more for the cat litter, too. That's what I told myself. Like, man, you know them cats ain't gonna start using that toilet like you done trained them to for 3 months. It's true. I was on like the last stage, man. But the chick I was with, she just gave up. She's like, nah, I can't have these cats in the toilet anymore. Getting litter all over the bathroom floor. Every time I go take a shower, I'm like, look, man, we signed up for this. You said you didn't want the litter box no more. So I've been training them every day, like multiple times a day to use the toilet, like you seen on that movie Meet the Fockers. All right? I told you it was a dumb idea back then. And now I've kind of grown to accept it. So, you know. You should grow to accept it, but no, nobody grew to accept it. Them cats didn't never
Nah.
learn to use the toilet.
Sad story.
It is, yeah.
Very,
cats deserved
very sad
better.
story.
They were smart, man.
All right. I think it's time I get off and figure out what I'm going to eat for dinner. Any
Oh,
ideas? Any suggestions?
Moldy vegetables.
Spaghetti.
All these vegetables, what? No.
Actually, we do have leftover biscotti, though. That's an idea.
That is an idea.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna go close out my stream. You guys have fun.
Yep. I'm gonna close this one and open a new one probably.
Alright, have fun.
You
That's
do.
Hey trolls, welcome back. What are the buttons under the players' names for? The buttons under the players' names. Oh, those are my my macros for stuff I roll. I got table flip and table fix, which are just obvious. I flip the table, I fix the table, and then these others are for me to roll for somebody, so that way, because it's more random and it makes more sense that I roll them. So I just kind of made macros and did it that way. You can go into where here, and you can create macros. The 3 dash lines, and you can create macros for yourself. And then you can also create roll tables if you wanted for D&D. Sure. Are you part of my... You're not in my Discord, are you? I have to go get dinner. So I can't do it right this very minute. So if you can DM me in Discord, I'd be happy to teach you. Can you set it up so players can press them? They would have to set up their own. They can set up their own macros if they want to. But yes, players can set up their own if they wish. You can set up the roll tables where the player can see them. All you have to do is players can roll from this table. Check that and then hit save changes. And it will show up in their little 3 dash lines that they can roll. But I mean, you go into here, you say allow for macros, and then you can go in here and add a macro. And then say yes, please, in the bar. But yeah. Yeah, they would have to make their own macros, though. Yeah, I think I use window pop-up for character sheets. I should do that, but I don't want to do that. That's for like everything, and I'd rather it not work for my personal character sheet. But somewhere in here it says use macros, and you can click add macro here, and you can do it that way. You can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, well. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, like I said, it'd probably be better if you hit me up on Discord tonight after dinner, and I'd be happy to help you. And that'd be probably the easiest and the best way of doing that. I am out of here, guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. We had a great session. I enjoyed it. I got my baby lizards in there. They don't know that they're babies, but they were baby lizards. They were baby giant lizards. They don't realize that they were babies, but they were. We are at 4,937 for Soul Ray's health. We are at 455 of our 500 follower goal. And we are gonna have some fun next week with Mama Kitty's campaign and Midnight. Take care, hugs, GG's, and I will see you guys all next time. Don't forget, stay shiny!